Evening everyone. So I started the morning by putting caterpillars off my brassicas, and I'm going to do exactly the same in a moment, but first off I'm going to sow some French beans on the 14th of August 2020, and let's see what we get. So I'm doing them early. I'm taking a leaf out of Tony C. Smith's book here and seeing if I can get a crop of French beans. It is quite late, mind. But I've done a similar thing, as I've gone through my seed packets a few days ago and everything said plant out July or sow July. Oh, I've missed it. It's August, but why not? Let's give it a go. So we're going to shove these in, get the camera in focus. We're going to shove these in. I'm probably going to do 2 trays. I need to find some more compost to finish this one. And yeah, who knows? I'm going to do 1 tray outside and 1 tray in the tunnel. So we'll see what happens. So I'll use the old Sharpie. So a few cars are probably going to go past shortly. It's a busy evening. Now these are a French bean, these are a dwarf bean. I think they're Suttons, I can't remember exactly. I think it's Ferrari or Safari or Ferrari, something quick. I'm going to do 2. I always tend to do 2 cells with double in. And then I'll do the same with that one shortly. I'm going to use some of this to cover it up. I was quite put off by sowing anything this late. So the books say, so the packets say, but let's see. Let's give it a go. Now it's already had a water, but I'll give it a drop. Good. Right, so that's French beans sown. Really intrigued to see if that works. Now obviously rocket, one of my favourite things to grow, is a brassica. This morning I went outside and I saw devastation, which is kind of, they could probably recover from that, the brassicas outside, but I don't think this rocket's going to recover from these boys. And do you know what I noticed? Oh, you can't see that, it's not zooming in. As soon as I came in, I could smell the poo. I mean, it's absolutely covered with caterpillar poo. Now, I've not had caterpillars demolish rocket on this scale. I mean, last year I managed to keep some going over here, if you've seen any of my other videos. And in fact, some of it's coming back. So there's the old stalk here from last year that was overwintered. So again, and it's coming back, and I've had a few picks from this. It's lovely stuff. I want to keep those caterpillars away from this little fresh seed bed. So that's another lesson for me. Brassicas count, and even though you've planted it in a tunnel, it's not safe from these bad boys. Hey ho. So this was a kale, which has been completely stripped in the tunnel. Yes, I know it's a mess in here. I'm really struggling to keep on top of the tidying. But yeah, so even in tunnels you should have precautions out for butterflies, and I've let plenty of them go, and I hadn't really kind of thought that the ones I'm letting go have probably laid eggs in here. Red cabbage has had a hit, and I'm going to take these 2 off now. Because again, being lazy, when I saw them this morning, I thought, oh, they won't do much damage, but they pretty much... This is all literally in the last day or two. They've almost... I think this one might just... It's got a growing point in the middle. That might be it though. But I think this one's pretty much doomed. I don't think that's going to... But anyway, it was only... These were only put in because they were spare, so it's not the end of the world. The New Zealand spinach is going nuts, and it's a really nice taste if anyone's never grown that before. The celery in the tunnel isn't doing as well as the celery outside, but that's fair enough. An interesting comparison of brassicas. Sorry, I'm moving quickly. It's down here. So, it's my lettuce. Oh, no, they've had these as well. I thought these were going to be... So, look, in all this are cabbages. When I left this morning, these were looking great. But actually, they've been got as well. It wasn't too bad. Oh my goodness, no. This was supposed to be, oh look, if you cover them with runner beans, they're okay. But no, the butterflies actually do get amongst it. There we are then, so that is proper lessons learned. But, do I cover them next year? Or do I just... Someone mentioned, Phyllis, was it mentioned about this solution? I'll have to look at the comments. But yeah, so look, it might be a bit naive thinking you get away with planting brassicas without any cover or without any protection. They might pull back, I don't know. This purple sprout and broccoli, has that been hit? Yeah, of course it has, look at it. Look at it. Gee whiz. There we are then. So we might not be getting that winter cabbage that I was hoping for. We've got some so these are the mature, these were planted out a while ago now, back in March I think. They're being hit, they need to be looked at. I didn't think about touching these, so if these are getting hit, that means my spares over here are also getting hit by the balsam. They're not doing too bad actually. They're the same variety of kale. Oh, these need to be taken off. So okay, they're not too bad, so at least we've got some decent kale. There's all this, these caterpillars need finding. Slugs. Well, I said to someone today, touch wood, slugs have not been a problem, but this is definitely caterpillar damage. This isn't slug damage. But there we go. And while I'm doing a little update, let me show you the monster in the tunnel. These were supposed to be my Christmas potatoes, but obviously they're flowering. They're only planted about 3 weeks ago and they've got this blight, so whatever. There we are. These are doing all right though. And then we've got the absolute monster courgette. I've never grown a courgette this big. Huge thing. And at first I thought, oh no, I've made a massive mistake here. Do you know what? It's best just not to mention slugs. As soon as you mention them, they start appearing. Find the edge. I thought, oh, I've done an error. I've planted too many courgettes. I'm going to get too much. Because I planted 2 in here. And actually 1 was enough. And we're getting some really nice courgettes off this now. I know I'm not keeping up with the harvesting of this, which you need to do, but we're not really eating loads. And And yeah, planted a chilli in with it. And the chilli's obviously not really going to flower because it's competing, but it seems to really help the courgette a bit. It's not, who knows. And yeah, let's just show you some of my tomatoes then. I mean, it's been pretty poor. I've had terrible problems with pests, but I think an owl or something has actually worked and they've actually spared me a few tomatoes. Some of them, like over there, got completely stripped, but they've got the mould over there. That kale over there looks okay actually, so maybe if it's too mature the caterpillar... Oh no. No. They're on here as well, as you can see. This was like the spare of spares. We've not eaten from this one at all. Oh, there's two. Okay. Well, there we are then, folks. I mean, the main things I wanted to get across was that rocket also, being a brassica, needs to be protected from butterflies. This is a huge and important lesson for me, as well as putting undesirable flowers, weeds, when you see them. Look at them. So you ventilate the tunnel, you keep a door open. You keep both doors open to ventilate the tunnel, and it doesn't matter. That's what the smell was. I couldn't figure out what the smell was. It's all the caterpillars. There we go then. Well, this is an old one. I might actually... They can have this one. Yeah, gosh, look at it all. Gee, we're having a field day. Oh, there's hundreds. Good God. Anyway. There we are then. That's the end of that. I just wanted to sow those beans. Try and do keep up with everyone else. So they're in. Hopefully in 4 weeks' time I'll be showing you some growth. Ooh, it's an old one. I'm going to put this in the tunnel. And I might even put it up high. Not with one hand I won't, so I'll do that later. But yeah, that's going to probably go up onto a couple of the batons at the top. Right, there we are then. Well, my next job is to start off pricking out and planting out this lettuce that was sown, gosh, almost 5 weeks ago now. Some iceberg, RDT, let lol, and some basil, which didn't actually come up. And another lettuce, Webb's Wonderful. And then as soon as I plant those out, I'll sow again. That's the plan. Well, I hope everyone has a cooler weekend than it has been. And I'll finish up with some outdoor celery, which is far, far better than the stuff in the tunnel. I mean, I am watering the stuff in the tunnel, but we are actually now eating from this, and this is nice. Oh, they need harvesting soon.